I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
All right, here we go. Fun little Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Fun little weekend everybody had. Bird filming his movie. Got the little tour up at the Crazy Horse. Had a good time there, sounds like.
Yeah.
How many people did you have at the Crazy Horse?
I think 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelly, who's one of the people who works at the Crazy Horse, she was in it as well.
I love her.
We love her. It was funny because we ran a little late, and we got to the I got to the Crazy Horse at 7 a.m.
Oh.
Our KVJ Nationers got there about 7:45. We went about a half an hour too late to where a Crazy Horse was opened. And then you got patrons. They're walking in there looking at me murdering people and going, what the fuck is going on?
Just a death barrage here in the Crazy Horse.
It was great fun, though. Everyone crushed it and did a great job.
That's cool. That's good. Getting that thing going there.
Yeah.
Do we have a premiere date? Or do we know when the trailer might drop?
The trailer can drop pretty soon.
Okay.
The premiere date's going to be towards the end of October.
Okay.
Depending
Around
on when
Halloween.
I know we're working on getting a place to try to show it, so I know we're still working on that.
We are.
But just we can't book that date too soon.
No, it'll probably be the last weekend in October.
That's cool. Yeah. Then we have plenty of time. We're on schedule.
Okay. You had Mark Wahlberg dropping into the Palm Beaches. Shaylin, she went to go see him at the Flecha Azul event on Palm Beach. And there she is, got her photo at the Virginia Phillips event on Friday.
So I'd like to talk to her. I wonder if she thought it was, an awful event, or did she have fun doing it?
She went to a different event than what we were talking about.
She went to the one on Palm Beach Island at the exclusive wine school.
So she probably paid good money to do that.
Oh, yeah. You had to buy a ticket.
yeah.
You had to buy a ticket or you had to know somebody.
Yeah, so I think that was probably the one where you had a controlled environment. You got your photo with Mark Wahlberg. The thing at Rocco's is the one that a lot of people there as expected, and the whole bar was packed, people trying to get photos with him. I don't know if he was taking photos with anybody there or not, because I don't know how he would have.
I don't know how I would have either, because he was just bum rushed.
Yeah. He had cops all around him, too, trying to make sure that nothing was going on. So they probably just got him behind the bar so he could do a couple promo photos, snap some shots, call it good, and then get the heck out. Yeah, somebody had said earlier that, they ended it like an hour early. What the heck, man? So that's the way it goes, right?
They had him on a tight schedule that was very bizarre because he was going from south to north and then from north back down to south. Like, what?
Yeah, he started in Cooper City, then he went to Palm Beach, then he went back down to Delray Beach, and then the following day he was in Tampa on Saturday.
Yeah, but he can do it. He's fine. It's Marky Mark. They're driving him around. He's just chilling.
He's better than you. He can do it.
Yeah, I mean, big deal. He's gonna drive an hour or two this way or that way. Big fucking deal. His pickles are too expensive.
His pickles.
No.
Someone did say they were going there to ask him that question. I don't think they got in.
I would doubt they got that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome, though. All those people are waiting, and then you get to him, and then you just ask him a stupid question.
Yeah. What? Jaybird got his possessed doll over the weekend. Vlad is in studio with us. Had an interesting exchange. Got that in the parking lot at a Duffy's.
As much as we talked about Vlad, I already feel like I got my money's worth. But some people are going, dude, you paid way too. I agree, it was too much money.
Yeah.
But for Vlad's gonna be around for a minute. We're getting our money's worth of. We're getting all $75 worth of Vlad.
Okay, we'll see if the previous owner was right in saying that there seems to be a dark entity attached to this doll. It moves on its own. They've seen it. Bad things happen when you're around Vlad.
You broke stuff last night, and then you spilled water in here this morning.
I did spill water on Vlad earlier today.
Is it Vlad or is it Jaybird?
Well, that's the question.
Yeah.
What came first?
Right. Who knows? Kim said, yeah, I was in Romania this summer. My husband was born and raised there. And I wanted to say that Kevin is right. Vlad the Impaler, who likely that doll is named after, is who Dracula is based on. Vlad the Impaler would impale his enemies and reportedly drank their blood to intimidate his enemies. He was known as a ruthless leader. Yeah, he would have these big old stakes right out front of the castle, and they'd just drop people on them and impale them. And they'd stack the bodies up on these sharpened big old sticks.
I think it is named after him. This is there's a line of dolls that look like this doll right here. It is not the same line, although they look similar. This thing was made by somebody. This is a handmade doll. You can tell by the way the wires are, by the way the hair is, from down to the paint. This isn't like a manufactured thing. Someone made this from their home. This is all wired.
It looks like somebody cut their own pubic hair off and sewed it into Vlad's head.
That would be very weird pubic hair, in my opinion. I don't know. That almost looks like
Vlad got a pube head.
Does that look pube to you, Kevin?
No, I don't think he has pubes.
Yeah.
Oh, he has pubes.
But there is a line of doll. People keep sending me the picture of it. There's like some kind of a dancing type doll that they made a whole series. It's not that.
That's what, when you go over there, if you can see that photo, the dark hair, that's what the Vlad masks and things look like. They kind of celebrate it because people go over there because it's so spooky. But they love it. So we'll see.
The guy, he did ask me, he goes, do you feel any energy when you touch it? I go, no, I'm not.
You don't feel a thing?
I go, well, it was weird because he was wearing the Duffy's parking lot, and he had his girlfriend in the car, and it was a fancy looking sports car. I was expecting an older guy too. He's probably a little younger than me, but he starts going into the story about how he's like, yeah, the other night I was going to the bathroom, I was doing my business in there, I was sitting down there just doing it.
You just met this guy and he's telling you his shit story?
Within 2 minutes, this guy's telling me about.
They could have been tugging it.
I don't think he was tugging it, Kev.
Okay.
I think he would have made that sexier for me if he was.
Okay.
And then he goes, my girlfriend is, she's making me get rid of this thing because blah, blah, blah.
He was very dramatic.
He was very dramatic about it. But I couldn't see his girlfriend because the tint was illegally dark.
Okay.
Couldn't even see through it, Virginia.
Wow.
Looked like a Lamborghini or a Corvette. That kind of.
Okay.
I'm not really good with cars. It was fancy.
Okay. Could have been anything from like a Prius to a Lambo.
Is that anyone from a Hyundai to a? No, it was a fancier sports car.
Okay. All right.
It was very bizarre.
All right.
And he's like, I don't want it back.
Okay. Well, I guess
Well,
we'll just
he's
now
not
wait and
getting
see.
it back.
That's the story.
It's ours now.
Talk about some bad omens. We had in the whacked out news a guy in China, I think it was, got hit twice by lightning in the same month. And Cynthia said, I grew up with a guy in Fort Lauderdale who was cast net fishing, and lightning struck the weights of the cast net, and the electricity ran through the cast net up his shorts and zapped his balls.
What?
He was in the hospital and survived, and about a year or so later, he was struck by lightning again and survived.
See?
And then within the same 3 years, he was fishing on a boat somewhere off the coast of Florida, and pirates came on his boat. He had to dive into the water, and they were shooting at him. He escaped gunfire and lived. And then probably just about a year later, he died of a cocaine overdose. I mean, how crazy is that to cheat death that many times and then you die with a cocaine overdose? R.I.P. Larry.
He jumped in the water and the pirates were shooting at him and he lived?
Yes, so.
Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is wild, Larry.
How many people got a pirate story?
I don't have a pirate story.
I don't got one.
I saw the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I
Not
was
nearly as cool as that, though.
I was a pirate a couple of years ago in Bamboozle because it was a pirate theme.
I played for the Pirates in Little League. Yeah, that's all I got.
It's pretty amazing.
So we all do have a pirate story. Yeah, look at that.
They're all weak.
They are weak as fuck.
Got some insight here to your SunPass issue you're talking about, Virginia. You said you had used it to take the turnpike to go to Tallahassee, but all of a sudden you keep getting these weird charges.
Every day I'm getting a $10 charge on my credit card. And I just don't want to have to call again because the girl was the opposite of kind. She sounded like she would rather have been anywhere but at work that day.
Hey. Well, Kelly said, my husband used to commute from Fort Lauderdale to Miami for his old job. He lost that job at the beginning of COVID and no longer had to make the commute. We then moved to Texas just under a year later. So we removed and destroyed our SunPasses. But then a few months later, we realized his SunPass account had continued to replenish funds this entire time. When we checked the records on the account, it had been charging us as if he was still making the commute to Miami.
Oh.
It was pinging at the same SunPass terminals, even though he's no longer making the drive.
How the hell is that happening?
After speaking with SunPass, multiple reps told us the system picks up patterns and continues the charges based on them, and we should have canceled our account when we moved. Make sure you're keeping an eye on your SunPass accounts, y'all.
Dang.
Yeah.
They bill you based on patterns?
That's insane,
That
huh?
is insane. SunPass, what the fuck?
That sounds like that should be illegal.
That is illegal.
Crooked.
You're charging people based on patterns? What if you're sick on Wednesday and you don't go to work? SunPass charges you because you went to work every other Wednesday?
Oh, well, who told you back in the day that the Turnpike was a scam and fucked? Who was that guy?
That guy was you.
Okay, who did a battle rap against the Turnpike?
That guy was you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, nobody in the chat room's buying that. They don't believe that's the case, but that's what one person says.
Billing based on patterns? That better not be true. Mm-hmm. I'm going to burn it down.
That would be a big story if it got exposed.
It'd be a big story. If that was true, would you get in the booth for part 2?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
They've been charging me $10 a day. I'm watching it.
Man, we're both getting fucked by some weird bills right now.
It's weird.
Deani said, going back to the random opinions on August 4th, somebody said the driver making a U-turn is supposed to yield to a driver making a right on red or at a stop sign. And this is completely false. You always yield to the driver who is already in traffic. Good Lord, Florida drivers are stupid.
Yeah, that didn't make sense when they said it. You always yield to the person making the U-turn.
Wait, somebody-
They're in traffic. The
Right.
person sitting...
They're in motion.
Right.
If they stop abruptly, you got cars behind them that might rear end them.
Wait a minute, somebody emailed us wrong.
I knew it when they said it, but I was like, I'm not so confident that I want to fight about it. But, I mean, just think about it. It makes no sense.
There are times where you know it's wrong, but you don't have the strength. Because then it'll turn into like a 5-minute... Yeah.
And it's Monday.
Yeah, I hear
Like,
you.
ugh.
Michelle sent an email. We were talking about Nepo babies who have actually done better in entertainment than their famous parents. And she suggested Josh and James Brolin. I love them both, but after Goonies, it was Josh for me. Okay, remember James Brolin?
James, who is that one?
He did the Amco commercials for a long time. I remember that. And then he was also with Barbara Streisand for a long time.
I think he's still with her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then he did some acting stuff.
I don't know what James
It was
Brolin-
all before
You know James Brolin.
my time. Yeah.
You know him when you see his face. Watch.
Oh, I know
You
James.
know
yeah,
that
I think,
MFer.
I think the other guy's more famous.
Josh, his
Yeah,
son.
I do. But then again, I didn't grow up in the old man Brolin days. So how the fuck would I know?
He's tagging Barbara Streisand. I mean, that's like sleeping with royalty.
Yeah. It's a pretty big one.
They married in 1998. Is that right? Wow.
Okay. Are
They've
they
been
still
together?
together?
A while. Yeah.
They're still together.
Still together.
Wow. Okay.
His other ones. Oh, she's his third wife. I didn't know that. That's juicy.
Okay. Well, it happens in Hollywood.
I know.
He was in Catch Me If You Can, The West Wing. He really hasn't done much since the early 2000s, so the last 20 years hasn't done a lot. He was in Traffic, and then that's around that his career cooled a good bit.
He's 83.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he had been around quite a while.
83 is a good run.
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
On planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
If you lived to 83, you feel pretty good. Is there a number where you go, all right, I got to enough life? Is 80 the mark?
Yeah, 80 feels good. If I get on my 70s, I'll be pretty content.
They are celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary, Barbara and James Brolin.
Okay. James Brolin was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, he was. He plays Pee Wee Herman at the end of the movie.
That's right.
The story about
He's
Pee Wee Herman.
the secret agent, right?
I'm a loader, Dottie.
That's right. Okay, that is him. Okay, handsome man.
He is good looking.
And Adrian said Phil Collins and his daughter. She is the star of Emily in Paris. Yeah, I don't think she's surpassed Phil yet.
No way.
Jay Bird's getting mad.
Because I can't even confidently say what her name is right now.
Phil Collins is a fucking legend. Whether you like him or not, Phil Collins is a legend. He was in a huge band, and he was a huge solo artist, and he did some Disney shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're right. Reeled it on Monday. But I mean, come on, Phil Collins. Wouldn't you consider him a musical legend?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, he is
absolutely.
musical royalty.
Genesis, I mean, and his solo stuff.
Lily Collins is his daughter,
right.
who
No,
played
she's not surpassed him.
No way.
Emily in Paris.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
I tried to watch that show. I got a couple episodes in. I was just like,
Couldn't do it.
it's a little too fluffy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I need more grit.
Some people are calling out Diani saying that she's wrong. U-turn yields. There's signs.
What?
Deani in the chat room?
Well, this is why driving is so dangerous in Florida.
Deani's also saying Phil Collins is overrated. Deani's got a lot of shit to say over here.
Yeah.
I feel like the U-turner should be the one that is allowed to do whatever they need to do. The other person's not even in the intersection yet.
I don't know.
Man, every time we bring up traffic shit, every motherfucker thinks they're right. It's so I'm over here going, I'm wrong. I'm
But
terrible.
who's actually right? We need answers.
Good luck. Kevin will ask that question. He goes, well, 53% think.
Yeah.
yield
I thought I was
this
doing
way.
it wrong because I always do yield. If I see somebody coming from the right, I look, and if they're coming, then I watch and see what they're going to do and give them the right of way. So I'm like, I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know if I am. Got an email here from Jennifer. We were talking about this girl who went in for a job interview, and she didn't get the job, but then she did get a date offer from the guy that interviewed her.
Ugh, pig.
She said, I'm an HR director, and job applicants are protected against sexual harassment. Him asking her out alone doesn't constitute sexual harassment, but it is wildly inappropriate. It does become sexual harassment if he didn't give her the job because he wants to date her. His company should be told, and he should be stripped of the ability to interview potential candidates. If he's unhinged, he's got more than her phone number. He has got her address as well. Call HR and report him.
Yeah, I mean, unhinged people with power is fucking, it's crazy. And to him, if you are the person interviewing people, let's say you're not the owner of the company, but you do have that power, that is power.
It
You're
is.
letting who gets to get that job or not. And if you're not hiring somebody because you want to try to date them, that's pretty fucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. Got an email here from Michael. Weed follow-up. I was talking about that store I went to on Clematis, and the Queen at least was interested in checking out the legal weed they have. She said, I personally don't smoke anymore, but I used to, and I used to smoke and sell it all day, and that's what paid for my college, but I have no issues with it. I do feel, though, that weed will never be taken serious from a medical perspective as long as they keep coming out with names of strands like Oompa Loompa and Purple Monkey Balls. I think weed can be extremely beneficial, but needs to market itself more professionally. Also, Kevin, stay away from all that legal stuff. I know friends who tried that to get around drug tests, and they've lost their minds with the amount they do. One of them is the Kratom. I can't believe that stuff is still legal. I personally know people addicted to that and have gone to rehab for it. I tried the legal stuff like 10 years ago when they first came out and almost had a panic attack. So have a great weekend. Smoke them if you got them.
I wouldn't give a shit what medicine was called if I knew it was going to help me. You could call it murder my mind, kill me in the heart. I'm like, if it's going to help me, I'll take it.
It's not going to help sales, though. I mean, kill me, murder me is the strain. I don't know if I want to smoke that.
Some people, that would market very well for some people.
Is some of this legal stuff, though, kind of sketchy? Because I remember, was it some of the stuff they're selling right at the counters at drugstores was kind of making some people go nuts?
That stuff in my opinion, that stuff is fucked. That synthetic shit.
Right,
I know
yeah.
some people that were smoking that on the reg because they couldn't get weed. And this is during a time where you would see that a lot at the stores. They went a little batty and a little weird with their
Right.
thinking. And
Really?
Yes. I do really believe that. I don't think that stuff was good. I don't know what the hell was in it. But I just know from personal experience seeing people smoke it all the time that they got fucking weird on it. Squirrely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they weren't like that with regular weed. And it wasn't regular weed. It was some weird bullshit.
Synthetic.
Yeah, it was odd.
Trippy, but not in a good way.
No, there's reasons why it's not out there anymore.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it was fucked.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that stuff. Got some conversations here about diners. Nessa in Lauderdale said, I got to say, Virginia is absolutely right about Hallie's. It's a great little place. My fiance Steve's originally from West Palm, and he took me there last year, and I fell in love with the place. The food, the staff was really cool. We've been back many times, basically every time we say the night then in West Palm Beach and make it a point to visit. But Virginia is wrong about Peter Pan. It's a staple in the locals' morning routine around here. And since they're open 24 hours, after an all-nighter out partying, many locals will find their way at 4 a.m. to get breakfast.
Oh,
absorb the
24
alcohol.
hour. That's cool. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they might change their hours since COVID. I'm not sure if they're still 24 hours or not.
24 hours a day open is awesome for people like us that have whack schedules.
She said they have a lounge separate from the restaurant with a full liquor bar, and the bartender has been there for years. Is an absolute riot. So there you go. My sister Rachel worked the breakfast shift there. Okay, for over 5 years.
Gosh, breakfast sounds so good right now.
Yeah.
Big old plate of
What would
toast.
you order?
I want a cheeseburger. That Buffalo Wild Wings app has burgers on it, and I saw one, and it looks so good.
Now I kind of want lunch.
Ready to go, huh?
Mondays, I feel like is a day to be bad. It's a weird thing for me. Mondays is always
agree.
go, fuck it, it's Monday.
Well, I had a Sunday fun day, so I was drinking till about 8 p.
And you probably weren't eating really.
No, because I was too busy trying to look cute in my bathing suit.
So now she's all hungry because she's depleted of everything.
Starved.
Yeah, so now she wants to fuck it up on a Monday.
And you're just the girl to join me.
Oh, man, all of it sounds good.
Yeah, and then on the other side, you got Drew, Fort Lauderdale High alumni class of 2000, who said that, I'll let you know, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale going to Peter Pan Diner that was open 24 hours a day. That place is mediocre at best.
Okay.
Oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah, so there's mixed reviews.
Mediocre pictures on their website look like mediocre decor.
Let's not get her started on
You
this.
can't even compare Howley's and Peter Pan. Like decor, not even talking about anything else. Just on decor alone, Howley's smokes Peter Pan. Fight me.
I got to tell you, though, I do think I'm going to go try it out next time I'm in Lauderdale. I just want to see what get a true ruling on this.
I mean, look, I love Howley's, but let's not act like Howley's when you walk in there. It's this, unbelievable.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. Don't get me wrong, but you're over there going so in
I love
on Peter
vintage.
Pan.
I love
really,
vintage. I love everything about how Howley's does it.
I look at the picture of Peter Pan, Kev. I gotta tell you, I thought it was charming.
Okay, you're down for it.
We need some balance. She never even been there before, and she's railing on it so hard.
Yeah.
It looks so shitty in their website picture. Y'all need a better picture. Just saying.
I'm just saying, someone's got to stand up for Peter Pan.
Right. No doubt. Here's some fabric softener for you, Jaybird. Rachel in Seattle.
You need
She said, I
fabric
use
softener.
the Downy Wrinkle Release Spray. Just lay the wrinkled item of clothing out, spray smooth out the wrinkles and with your hands, and voila, no ironing is even needed.
Yeah, I've been told that before. I used to
Wrinkle
use a
releaser.
spray of sorts that wasn't the like the little fabric snuggle towels.
The sheets.
The sheets. Them sheets do smell good though,
They do.
Yeah, they are nice.
and they make it kind of like staticky and warm. I like it.
I love the sheets. I love fabric softener. I sometimes use the liquid that goes in the detergent in the washing machine and then use a sheet. Nothing is better than just super soft towels and pillowcases.
I love the way hotel sheets feel.
Yes.
But then I start to think about, are these really that clean? Am I laying in snuggle or am I laying in semen? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
always a fine line.
Yeah.
And you can't think about it too much.
That's why you have to go to nice hotels. Then you don't worry. You look at it and you go, it's so clean.
Kevin had that one story about the nice hotels sometimes were dirtier
could
than
be
the
the same.
shittier hotels. Your 5.0s out of 5.0s were 5 stars out of 5. They were shitty.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it. You don't believe even in a fancy ass hotel people aren't doing their job.
By and large, you have such a lower risk of getting dirty sheets in a 5-star hotel than you do at the Red Roof Inn.
And don't get me started on your Airbnb. Who knows what the hell's going on with those sheets and pillows?
I'm afraid of like
Yeah.
Airbnbs. They're like putting like cameras in them and filming people and
The place I went up in St. Augustine, it was charming. It was nice, but how do I know the owner wasn't just like humping the pillow and just putting his balls over the kitchen sink? I guess
don't know.
you could do that at a regular hotel too,
Yeah.
but that was his own home.
Crystal in the chat said, yeah, they are not clean. I had a friend who worked house cleaning in an expensive, nice hotel, and if the sheets look clean, they just don't even change them.
damn.
Then I wonder, is that what they do with the bread you get at a restaurant? Oh, no one touched that basket of bread.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it to table 13. Now you've got spittle.
You know what? You're asking all these questions. Some of this stuff, I think it's better if we don't get the answers because then there's only so much you can control. You can't control if you get somebody else's bread.
Well, they always say there's X amount of rat hairs or, roach droppings in your food. If you had that number every single time, you wouldn't want that number.
You
tough.
wouldn't want to go out anymore.
Yeah.
You'd be a mess.
We can't.
And then if you're at home, you probably see how gross your own house is, and you want to leave.
I think you can go down the rabbit hole too much if you know.
Yeah.
You have to accept that it's just gross to be here a little bit.
Sometimes guys are going to put their balls on the kitchen counter.
I told you the one story my brother worked at. I won't say the restaurant, but
You've told me.
you know the restaurant.
I do.
The main guy in charge of the kitchen had his hand down his pants and was my brother said
Inside his underwear.
he said he was scratching his nuts so deeply. He didn't think anyone could see him, but they could see him. And then no gloves or anything. He takes the salad that's going out to the salad bar for people to go eat. And this is a
that's
restaurant
terrible.
where
you wouldn't think that would happen.
well, I wouldn't say that, but
Okay.
I would just.
Well, if they have a salad bar, it ain't that nice.
That's a good point too.
Right.
But it just shows you. Would you want to know that?
Yes.
That I would want to know.
I do
Yeah, 'cause
want to
then I'm
know.
I would wanna know.
He had his hand all over his balls. Then he was touching the salad with
Yeah.
no glove. Like, that's too much.
It was bad.
Well, here we are. We got talks of our first storm coming to the state of Florida. I don't know that it'll do much other than bring wetness to South Florida, at least southeastern part of the state. It looks like tomorrow, Wednesday especially, is going to be kind of rainy, but up around the Tampa area and even into Tallahassee, what is it going to be like? Michigan Mike in the chat room said, yeah, school is canceled tomorrow and Wednesday for Hillsborough County, which is where Tampa is. Said I was not ready for this, so it has
No.
begun.
I don't think anybody was ready. And then now we've got Labor Day on the horizon. I hope Idalia doesn't F up my Labor Day.
Can I ask a stupid question here?
We never stopped you before.
There's no shot of it really coming towards our way.
It could.
It could.
Yeah.
The
Anything's
wobble.
possible.
You don't know. I mean, it could do anything. That's why you got to keep an eye on them because you don't know.
It's so far out right now.
Yeah.
I've been a little
Yeah.
unplugged with it.
Yeah, Wednesday morning is when it will be making its destination landfall, they believe. And right now, I'd even check. Somebody sent me the link for Florida State, where your daughter is, Virginia, and there are no situation reports at this time. They're just monitoring the storm. So Not sure
right.
what they'll wind up doing.
So if while this is going on right now, is Steve Weagle or all the anchor,
I saw Steve Weagle last night.
all the weather people, are they do they have almost like a half a bone piece right
He's
now?
rock hard.
Is he
Rock
hoping
hard.
for the hurricane?
Yeah, full.
I
Not
don't know.
half.
I gave him a hug, and I didn't feel anything. I don't think he was hard.
I'm with Kevin. I feel
Hadn't
like
started yet.
I feel like if you're a meteorologist, this is your Super Bowl. This is what puts you on the map.
It is.
You
It
won a
is.
hurricane.
This is go time, baby. This is why you got into it in the first place.
What a sick way. I mean, that's got to make you feel like you don't want no one to get hurt, but you also want the big dance.
But you're looking at it saying that you're saving people. This is, you talk about your purpose in life. My purpose is to keep people safe from the storm. I got to be on it, man.
Yeah, not evil in that sense. Just, I mean,
I think it's a beautiful thing.
it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you can't control the weather anyway. But I can, it's an odd way to be rooting for a storm, a hurricane to come in. You know what I mean? To get
Yeah, and
excited
they may
for
not
that.
root for it, but they, that's why they're here. They knew it's life. It's inevitable.
I mean, the storms is what, that's what you're known for. I think you want the hurricanes.
It's what separates the legends from the people that are, can't cut it. They bring out the big dogs.
I mean, look, the tornado in Palm Beach Gardens. Yeah, that was cute for about. You want to report on the hurricane now?
The hurricane is definitely bigger.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking good last night when I saw him. His hair was all coiffed. Not like, when the storm is approaching, they have him on the news and his shirt's unbuttoned. He looks like he hasn't slept in 2 days. He's like,
Probably
all
hasn't,
right.
yeah.
He looked great last
You
night.
bring up my ankle.
I didn't.
Okay.
I brought it up last time I saw him. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
let's see your ankle, Steve. And he showed me his ankle, and then it was just weird.
Didn't go well.
It didn't go well at all.
Yeah.
I was drunk. I always see him at a party when I've been overserved.
Yeah, I think the news people think we're insane.
They do.
Every news station in town think.
At minimum, alcoholics.
Oh, they absolutely think we're alcoholics. Yes, they think you're the sanest though.
Okay.
Kevin.
All right.
They think me and Virginia are just a bunch of pirates.
We think you're the sanest.
Yeah, right. I don't know if that's saying a lot.
I don't know either.
And what exactly does that mean if I'm the sanest of you two? All right. Well, thank you for all the emails. You can always get through to us, mail at kvjshow.com. Hope you guys enjoy your Monday. Good luck with Vlad today, Jay Bird.
Thank you. I'll keep it reported.
Okay.
Reporting on it.
You can take him home with you or leave him here?
I'll take him home with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set him up in the
Please do.
doll
Does
section.
he have a space? Okay.
He does have a
You got a
space.
creepy doll section?
I do.
Okay.
Of course he does.
He does. All right, y'all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.